All right, joining us today on Pirate Radio Live, it's Hall of Fame week. Let's talk to a down the line future ECU Hall of Famer, Holton Ahlers, who joins us here on the show. What's up, Holt?
What an intro clip. Thank you, man. I hope so. One day.
Yeah. Hey, look, if your numbers aren't good enough to get you in, the politics will be good enough
That's
to get
right.
you
That's right.
in.
That's
You're
right.
good either way. It has been a cool week, Holt. Brian Bailey talked to Dwayne Harris. We had Shane Carden on the show. Justin Hardy will be at Tiebreakers Thursday night talking to folks. So, man, it's just been a really fun week, kind of reliving some moments and, heck, going kind of through your childhood of ECU football, right?
Yeah, it's literally what it is. It's like all the like cool players I had growing up are now into the Hall of Fame. One, it makes me feel old, and then two, it's like holy cow, like this is awesome. And then like getting to know those guys too. I've talked to Shane, a good amount this week, and we're gonna get together later in the week. But to see those guys, like first of all, shout out to ECU for like getting younger guys in that like are more relevant now than 30, 40 years down the road. I feel like growing up, this may just be me, I may be completely wrong, but like in the past, it's always been like some older guys, which older guys, deserve it too. But like these guys obviously deserve it. I'm glad we're going to go ahead and get them in because they deserve it, 100%.
No doubt. And been talking to a lot of baseball guys in the minors and major leagues here lately. And Cliff Godwin has built such a culture and program where guys always come back. They're around the facilities. They're around the current team. And I was talking about this with Rajay yesterday. I kind of feel that way with ECU football because Holton, you kind of bridge the gap. You talk to Carden, you talk to Caden Hauser, and y'all have each other's numbers, right? If you need to reach out or whatever. And Blake Harrell, Shane told kind of a cool story. He didn't know Blake Harrell. He never played for Blake Harrell, but Blake Harrell reached out to him when it was announced he was going to the Hall of Fame. He was at practice. He and Justin Hardy were at practice today. So that matters, man. Building that culture, building that program, and you're a big part of that.
Yeah, no, 100%. And I think that is like now being like post career. Like I was the recruit, but I was a recruit in Greenville, so like I already idolized these guys. Like a lot of ECU recruits, like they get in Greenville the first time, they really get to meet the players, and then they learn about the past. Like I
Right.
was watching, like I'm like my idols growing up were the guys that who were at ECU, were the Shane Carter, Dwayne Harris, Justin Hardy, the guys that are getting inducted. So for me, it's really cool. And then, like, kind of like you said, like bridging the gap between like former players and current players. I think that's always important. I think really good programs, and Cliff Godwin is like the example of that,
Yeah.
of bringing guys back. And I hope ECU continues to do a good job of it. I think we have the staff now that like really cares about that, because former players care, dude. I'm telling you, like being a former player now, I almost communicate more with former players now about the current team than like I ever realized happened before. I mean, it's just how it is. Like guys care about ball, they care about the place they went, and obviously me being local, Caden being local, and some of these other guys, like people reach out to us like, "Hey, how's it feel locally?" But it's been good, man, and it's super cool to have relationships with these guys now because it's also weird of like I remember like meeting Justin Hardy when like I was just like at practice one day when I was young with my dad. Like I wasn't even a recruit yet.
Yeah.
Like earlier on, and I'm like, "Nice to meet you, Mr. Hardy." So yeah, it's just a weird. Means I'm getting old, but it means I'm
Yeah,
getting.
well, we had Alex Harper beside me and Jackson in Studio B when I was talking to Shane Carden, and after the interview, I pointed to them like, "Y'all got anything?" They're like, "No." After the interview, they said they were too nervous to ask Mister Carden a question. It was like, "Wow, okay, all right, okay, I guess." Holton definitely cares. Was it you, Jarrett, that brought up the other day the Charlotte game where we were getting beat and
Yeah, last year.
Winston
And
Wright
yeah, returns
had
the
to
kick,
return
and
and
Holton's like, oh, we might be back. It's like, it's out of reach.
Holton's going crazy. We're like, Holton, man, this game's over. But Holt still has some stock in this Pirate program, and I know how bad you want this one this weekend.
Oh, 100%, dude. And Clip, let's go back to that story. First of all, that's probably why I stayed at ECU for 5 years. There's probably times I should have left because I was getting my tail beat and then people wanted me to leave. But in my mind, I'm like, oh yeah, we're back. We're getting
We're
back
good.
real soon. Like those early years, looking back now, like those early years, like we were nowhere close to getting the program back. But in my mind, I'm like, we're one game.
We're one play away.
I, and I would always tell myself, and I still believe this to be true. God forbid, I hope ECU football never goes through dark days again. but like being in those dark days, like getting recruited into that, I remember like a big thing that I would tell myself when I committed here was like, it only takes one game to really get people to believe again. And that's something I carried with me throughout my career. And now, is that true or is it not? I have no clue. But it helped me stay here for one. It helped me look to a future and help me look at every single game in those dark days to say, like, this could be the game. Like, just go out there and play. And like, I look back in like 2019, we almost beat Cincinnati. They were on like a 20-something game win streak. If I didn't have that mindset and if the team didn't have that mindset, then we probably wouldn't even been close in that game. So we had no reason to be in that game. And we were nowhere close to a program, at that time.
Speaking of that game, we might have just had the most yards in a game since that game. I know that Cincinnati game, you and CJ hooked up for a whole lot of yards, and the Pirates just put together a great performance against Temple. Real quick shout out. I love shouting this guy out. Holton, you got to see it to the end and end on a bowl win and really kind of flip things here at ECU. But like Garrett McGinn is a guy I think about that busted his ass and put everything he had into it and faced us after losses and never really got to see the fruits of the labor. But like guys like him, I won't forget because he's another reason the turnaround happened. He just didn't happen to be here when it finally did.
100%. Yeah. I talk to Garrett literally every single day. He's one of my good buddies now, but like that's kind of the same thing. I played with Garrett 1 year, and kind of when I was playing, we didn't talk that much, and we ended up being, obviously teammates in the UFL. But guys like that, like I remember standing on the podium Birmingham Bowl, and I said, I don't even know what the reporter asked me, but they were like, but I ended up saying like, I just wish the guys who I played with prior could experience this because like, yes, this group and this team will be remembered, but like, there's so many guys prior that like we would not be here if not. Like Garrett's one of them. Cannon Gibbs, Rome a lot. Like I can name off, players and players and players and players that like the only reason we were up there was because like we pretty much they helped us suffer and understand like, hey, this is not okay. And those were the guys who kind of led that.
And now there are former players that are rooting the guys on now. Alex kind of showed us a peek of the group chat he's in, and I think he said it was Surad Wera who said, Coach Harrell, please whip these guys' tail this weekend for us. Charlotte has beaten ECU twice in a row. It got ugly last year. Alex and Rajay said it was like one of the worst locker rooms, the most down locker room they've ever been in. And Holton, I love this is I've said it all week, a perfect look ahead spot for ECU to Memphis, huge game next week. But they've had this Charlotte game circled since last year's game ended, so they're not looking ahead. It's all about Charlotte, and Pirates are finally going to get one in the win column against these guys this weekend.
Yeah, I don't think there's no way we lose this one. Clip. I said that last year that there was no way. But last year they had like a random quarterback that was actually good that like got recruited there, and like Omega Blake, who was the ECU guy, like he's at Arkansas now or somewhere big now. Like they don't have these. Like if you watch them, they've literally only beat Monmouth. There's no way. I think we're a legit contender in this conference, and I think we showed that last week. I think we'll show the next couple of weeks, and we'll make some noise here down the road.
Great interview with Mike Wright on the Holton Ahlers show. I don't know what the hell he's going to be when he grows up, but he'll be successful. Actor or activist or football, I don't know. Whatever the heck he's going to do. But
I want to tell you, I'm promoting him to be another co-host of the Holton Ahlers show.
Absolutely. Yeah. And I'd get him in there. He's fantastic. Really enjoyed that. Enjoyed some of the nuggets you were dropping too, Holton. I've been saying, like, at UTSA scares me almost more than Memphis at home. And you put some numbers behind that. I didn't realize. So when's the last time they lost a home conference game? Maybe when you were playing?
Yeah. I didn't play that. I didn't play UTSA.
No, but, like, you were still in school or something. Like, it's been so long.
I mean, I think they're 22 or 23-0 their last whatever home conference games. Like I played in the UFL, I played in that state in that dome, and like there was no fans at the UFL game, and it still gets loud. Like domes just get loud, and that's like a smaller dome. Like it's a hard place to play, and let's not forget, like I was like a lot of people were high on UTSA at the beginning of the year. They returned like their whole team, and I'm gonna say it. And I was actually talking. We were just talking about the 2019 ECU team. like teams that have good weapons on offense and a capable quarterback are dangerous, and that's literally what they are. And their quarterback's more than capable. He's just kind of had an off year and been banged up, but they're a scary team. So I mean, that's definitely a game that you got to get by, and it's going to be one of those almost kind of like the Temple feel where you're just kind of like uptight until the game's over till you win, and you're like, okay, we got through it. So obviously this one's huge. Memphis is going to be the make or break game in my opinion, though.
Yeah, no doubt, and we'll get another big, hopefully, crowd for that one coming up next week. You had a call out to the fans. Hey, let's show up. Let's support these guys. Holton, we got some big American games. What, the next couple of nights? You got UTSA and USF tonight. Then you got Tulane at Memphis coming up Friday night. So, how cool is it to be? I think I heard you and Caden talking about this too. Scoreboard watching this time of year. It's awesome, right?
Yeah, it's great. I still don't know who we want to win. Caden has been texting all day in our group chat saying we want UTSA win tonight. I do know that. So we'll be pulling for them, but or maybe not clip him. Is he wrong there? You just shook your head.
No. No, that sounds right to me. I was starting to think ahead to the Memphis and Tulane, which I guess, do we want Memphis to win that game and then we beat Memphis?
Yeah. Caden. Okay. Now look, Caden's like my analytical guy. I just listen to whatever he says. Pretty much, he says that we want Memphis to be as high rated as possible because we already have 3 losses. So
right.
If we win the conference championship, there's still an outside chance we don't make the playoff because we have 3 losses. So he's saying we need a higher strength of schedule to make the playoff, which we're looking real down the road there, Clip. But
oh yeah, that's fun. And Caden and I went over some of these things on the U.S. Sailor 5th Quarter Call-In Show. One of the best shows all time, Holton. Me and
get
Caden.
Out of here, man. All right, cool.
I'm just kidding. Glad you're feeling better. Had a little fun with that. I forgot I razzed you the night before too, so it did feel like I was piling on. I was just kidding, Holt. We're good.
I was severely under the weather. And Cliff, you said it was the best 5th quarter show of all time. I felt really bad, but I had it on my TV. I wanted to let you know that I fell asleep watching it.
Oh, ouch.
No, I'm just kidding. I literally felt horrible. I was throwing up all day.
Well, I saw a picture you sent Caden, which I rather have not seen. But
Caden showed you that?
I think you were maybe on the toilet or something. But
I sent it to Caden's father-in-law because we were supposed to play pickleball that morning. And I told Caden I couldn't play. And his father-in-law texted me. I get a text. I'm assuming it's his father-in-law. It's a 757 number. They're from Virginia. And I sent back. He was like, hey, it's okay, man. If you don't want to play, don't hide. And I sent back that picture. And I said, this is my current spot. So, and then I texted Caden. I said, Caden, I really hope that was your father-in-law, not someone else, because I'm in big trouble if not.
You might be seeing that one floating around the internet in a week or two. All right, J-Bone, any games you want Holton's opinion on this week? What are the big college football games?
Texas Tech, BYU.
Oh, love that game. What do you think, Holt?
Huge on Texas Tech.
Texas Tech. Oregon, Iowa is less than a touchdown line. Do you think the Ducks have any issues there at Iowa City?
I was good, man. They're tough to beat, but no, I don't think so. Dan Lanning is a warrior of a coach. Everyone wants to play for him, and I think he'll be fine.
What about Texas A&M, Missouri? I don't really know how to feel about Texas A&M. They are third in the country, but 6.5 at Missouri.
Yeah, Marcel Reed was my Heisman pick in the pod at the beginning of the year, so I'm going Texas A&M. I'm huge on those guys. But Missouri, I've been pretty high on too. I think they're very underrated. They just kind of lost some close games, but I think Texas A&M pulls it out.
Jared, I heard on the radio coming in this morning that the number 1 pick odds. Do you know who's the odds-on favorite to be the number 1 pick?
Ty Simpson.
Yes.
Yeah.
Ty Simpson.
I've been reading a lot.
Started with a brutal loss to Florida State. It tells you how long the season is and how you can turn things around.
I've been reading a lot of post-deadline mock drafts, and Ty Simpson goes 1 to the Saints.
Well, now that the Commanders are done, I'm about to start reading a lot more mock drafts myself. So
I mean, that's crazy. If he goes number 1 overall, now the kid might be good. I've watched him; he's playing as good as anyone. But that's insane. I mean, I just think that's crazy.
Who's your favorite QB from making the jump to college to pro right now, Holt? Who do you like?
I don't think this class is head. I mean, who are the top guys in the class? I'm trying to think of guys, and a lot of the guys I like.
The top 3 are Ty Simpson, Mendoza, and Dante Moore.
Yeah.
I like Dante Moore. I like him. Mendoza is just weird, man, because it's not like Indiana didn't do that last year with a 7th rounder in Rourke.
Yeah.
So that's what's kind of tough about that is like, is it the system? Is it that? You can say the same thing about Dante Moore, but Dante Moore was also the #1 overall recruit in his class. He was a 5-star. I like Dante Moore a lot. I really don't love this quarterback class. Like I like Diego Pavia a lot as like a backup.
Great college player. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Is like I just think guys like that. Like I think Carson Beck is a really good college player. He had a terrible game, I think, last week or 2 weeks ago. But like he'll be like a 4th rounder that's just like hangs around the lead somehow 5 years from now. You're like, he's still a backup quarterback. Like just that. I don't think there's any elite guys. I really don't think so.
So you're saying run Geno Smith back another year and wait?
Ugh.
I would. I mean, I don't know who you would. Also, I'm a fan of, like, there's some young quarterbacks in the league right now. Like Anthony Richardson is a backup right now. He's 21 years old. So someone's going to give him a shot. Like that could be worth it for cheaper. But yeah, I don't think there's any franchise there unless I'm completely wrong. I don't see any like franchise changers, especially for the Raiders. They got 10 years plus. They got a big turnaround.
I saw Taysom Hill running around. Maybe 3 years from now, Bear Bachmeier is running around in the NFL.
Yeah.
All right, Holt. We'll see you Saturday, man. What's your game day plans? You going to the game?
Oh yeah, I'm going. We obviously a bunch of ex teammates coming to town, so we're hosting a big tailgate Clipper. Nice. So pretty pumped about that. Have Alex Flynn staying at the house this weekend. Noah Henderson staying at the house as well. So it's always good to have some guys back.
Absolutely. Holt, thanks for joining us, man. We'll talk to you on Saturday.
Yes, sir. See you guys.